The Pittsburgh Steelers' Week 1 opener is right around the corner as the club takes on the New York Jets on Sunday. However, the front office has been in a contract feud with star defensive lineman Cam Heyward, and the latest update on the situation is a bit concerning. Reports indicate that Heyward, who is 36 years old, did not dress down in uniform and did not participate in practice on Thursday, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. It appears Cam Heyward is still holding in for a new contract adjustment with the season opener just days away. This report comes just a day after Heyward was spotted participating in a drill. Steelers team captain Cam Heyward, who has wanted his contract adjusted this summer, was not in uniform today with the rest of the team and didn't appear to practice. Cam Heyward has periodically practiced with the Steelers throughout training camp. But the fact that he is still not participating with teammates this late isn't a great sign. Perhaps the Steelers eventually give him the contract he desires, but as for now, the front office isn't budging. The good news is, it appears that his lack of participation on Thursday is just a rest day for the veteran defensive tackle, per Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network. So, he could still be available for the Steelers' season opener despite being in a contract dispute with the franchise. A rest day for Cam Heyward. The star defensive lineman wants his contract adjusted after having another first-team All-Pro season in the 2024-25 season. It was the fourth time in his career that he was named a first-team All-Pro. Cam Heyward achieved the feat immediately after signing a new 2-year, $29 million contract that has him becoming a free agent after the 2026-27 campaign. Heyward is set to make $13.25 million this season. That number is right around the mid-level for players in his position. After having a first-team All-Pro season, Cam Heyward wants to be compensated as one of the top defensive tackles in the league. He finished last season with 71 combined tackles, 35 solo, 12 tackles for a loss, and 8 sacks. The Pittsburgh Steelers will aim to win in Week 1 for the 5th time in the past 6 seasons Sunday when they meet the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium. But the Steelers will have to do that without edge rusher Nick Herbig. A limited participant in practice throughout the week, Herbig was included on the Steelers' inactive list for Week 1 versus the Jets. Entering Sunday, the Steelers had Herbig listed as questionable on their injury report because of a hamstring issue. Herbig posted 22 combined tackles, including 5 tackles for loss in 13 games last season. He also had 11 quarterback hits, 5.5 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles. This fall, the 23-year-old is entering his 3rd season with the Steelers. The team drafted him at number 132 overall in the 4th round of the 2023 NFL Draft. Without Herbig, Steelers will likely count on more from starting edge rushers T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith. Herbig averaged almost 32 defensive snaps per game last season. He also played about 13 snaps on special teams per contest. Ahead of kickoff Sunday, the Steelers announced Derek Harmon, Andrus Peat, Max Scharping, Esezi Odomwo, and Skylar Thompson, in addition to Herbig, as their inactive players for Week 1. Thompson will be the team's emergency 3rd quarterback. Here's what else you need to know for the Steelers' matchup against the Jets in Week 1. Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields' revenge narrative. Herbig and the Steelers' defensive front will face a depleted Jets offensive line. NFL insiders reported Wednesday former New York first-rounder and starting guard Elijah Vera Tucker suffered a serious injury. Vera Tucker is out for the season and officially hit injured reserve Saturday. But the much bigger storylines entering the Steelers-Jets matchup are behind center. Quarterbacks Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields will be facing the teams they played for during the 2024 campaign. Rodgers posted a 6-12 record in 2 years with the Jets. Fields went 4-2 as a starter in Pittsburgh last season. On Wednesday, Rodgers tried to minimize the personal importance of the Week 1 matchup. "I'll just be excited for Week 1, Rodgers told reporters via Tribliv.com's Joe Rutter. Steelers debuting new-look offense versus Jets. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's Christopher Carter probably put it best on X hours before Week 1 kickoff. All eyes will be on Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, and the new #Steelers in the season opener. But maybe even more important to this season is the development of Broderick Jones and Troy Fautanu at OT. Rodgers and DK Metcalf are making their Steelers debut. The team also made several other changes on offense. Those included parting with starters Najee Harris, George Pickens, and Dan Moore. Jaylen Warren and rookie Caleb Johnson will likely split opportunities in the backfield. Two former first-round picks, Broderick Jones and Troy Fautanu, will bookend a Steelers offensive line that will be very young this season, but has a lot of upside. All-Pro defensive lineman Cameron Heyward set to play. On the regular season eve Saturday, the four-time All-Pro's contract situation finally came to a resolution. Multiple NFL insiders reported the Steelers agreed to add $3 million in incentives to Cameron Heyward's contract for the 2025 season. The defensive lineman will receive the pay raise if the team experiences playoff success. Before the added incentives, Heyward was casting doubt over his Week 1 status. Although head coach Mike Tomlin told reporters Tuesday that Heyward would play, Heyward is now fully expected to dress against the Jets. Expectations for Nick Herbig, Steelers defense. The Steelers didn't make as many changes to their defense as offense, but they made a major move on June 30th, acquiring All-Pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey from the Miami Dolphins. In the trade, the Steelers sent All-Pro safety Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Dolphins. Pittsburgh's defense is no longer the most expensive in the league, but the Steelers are ranked third in cap space dedicated on that side of the ball. The team also added first-round defensive lineman Derek Harmon in the draft. Harmon won't play in Week 1 because of a knee injury, but expectations remain high for the Steelers' defense. If the team is going to end its playoff winless streak, then the defense will probably have to be one of the best units in the league while Rodgers and the offense provide efficient, mistake-free football. The Steelers own a 21-7 all-time record versus the Jets. But New York has won 3 of the last 5 matchups in the series. Last season, the Steelers knocked off Rodgers and the Jets 37-15. The Pittsburgh Steelers trail the New York Jets at the time of writing, and the Steelers had a notable injury on the most recent drive. Safety DeShon Elliott left the game, grabbing his knee after partaking in a tackle. The severity of the injury remains unknown, but we will provide details as soon as they become available. However, he has been ruled as doubtful to return with a knee injury. Elliott had a career year in 2024, earning him an extension this offseason to remain in Pittsburgh for the long-term future. The Steelers have allowed the Jets to get points on every drive in the first half, as Justin Fields has carved up Pittsburgh with both his legs and his arm.